Hi, welcome back to Connecting Greatness, conversations with entrepreneurial minds. Today I'm sitting down with Jane Zhang, the Executive Director of TechSoup Canada. Now it's time to talk technology. Mm-hmm. It's so prevalent, and businesses that are up on top of the advances in technology have an advantage over businesses that don't. Would you agree with that?
I would totally agree with you on that. I think the problem with businesses a lot of the time when it comes to IT is they think of it as an entirely different thing. It's this black box that sits to the side. It has nothing to do with their business. And what they need is somebody who kind of knows a little bit about the black box to drive it. Mm-hmm. So that is very dangerous because you're taking something that is core to your business and you're giving the control of it, the driving part of it, to somebody else who may or may not understand your business processes.
Well, I know that the first company that I worked at with my family, we really didn't mess with the person in charge of IT. Mm-hmm. Because that was something that seemed so foreign to us. Yes. Do you think that mentality still exists in a lot of businesses today?
It still exists, and I think it needs to change. And technology is changing in a way that's going to force people to change as well. Mm-hmm. So again, I'm going to use the Star Trek idea. Okay. In Star Trek, you can go anywhere on the ship and you can talk to the ship. It gives you what you need. Captain Picard used to walk around with this thing, I think called a PAD, a personal assistant device. Okay. I'm not going to say what it sounds like, something Apple that put out that looks just like it. Right. Just saying.
It is ironic that everything that's ever been shown in these shows seems to be appearing nowadays. Yeah, anyway.
So the 3D printing of food, it sounds a lot like Captain Picard going Earl Grey hot. Like, just saying. So a lot of what you're seeing is there, but what's really interesting about Star Trek isn't about the technology. The technology is kind of invisible. It's there. Right. It's there to help you make things easier. And I think that's how people should be thinking about technology today.
If we looked at IT like a function, another function in the company, mm-hmm. We always assess our marketing initiatives and we measure them. We definitely have our bookkeeping audited. Mm-hmm. Is this something that I'm getting the idea, and again through other conversations I've had as well, that businesses need to start considering having their IT audited?
Yes. So I think when I want to be a little bit specific about what we mean by auditing. It isn't just, hey, do you have money in the bank, and what does that mean? An auditor comes in and from the financial perspective will ask you, what do you do as a business? Right. How do you actually generate money? Where does it go? And how do you, what does the cash flow look like? And then they provide you an audited report. So it's tied in directly with your business processes.
So Jane, the IT in a company is such an integral part of this business here. Mm-hmm. Some people are calling it the fourth utility. Like, it's just, you can't live without your heat, your hydro, your water, and IT is being referred to as being almost acknowledged by some in that vein. Would you agree with that?
I would. I mean, I'm sure everyone has heard about cloud, going to the cloud technologies. What's happening more and more is our dependence not just on the computer, but the internet connection. I think it's not so many years ago you don't have to have internet connection at home. I would like to think that most people now will have some sort of an internet access on their computer. And a lot of businesses are actually moving the core parts of their business to the cloud, which makes it a lot easier for them to be able to access it anywhere, anytime.
Does that not scare you though?
I think it's the same risk as if you had a server on-premise. If the electricity goes out in your building, your server will go down. Right. If the hard drive on your server dies and you don't have a properly configured server, all of your information will be gone. So it doesn't matter what you do, there's always going to be risks. And this is why making sure you're planning things out from the get-go is going to help you, right? What a lot of small businesses and organizations end up doing, and no fault of their own, is we call them a bit of a Band-Aid solution. They would implement certain technology tools that helps with what they need today, right? And then they kind of add on to it as they go, which is okay in terms of the function of the business, but what it doesn't help you is to protect you from what we just talked about.
Okay, so let me ask you, Jane, if you weren't working with a not-for-profit, if you were to be hired on as the CEO of company XYZ, would performing an IT audit be on your list of to-dos from the start?
Absolutely. I think that is one of the most critical things you need to think about. Doesn't matter if you're a one-person organization, one-person shop in terms of small business, or a multi-billion-dollar company, because IT is what makes everything go. And the thing that makes it go, you need to make sure it's been done properly, and it caters to your business processes, and it's being maintained properly, and you're budgeting appropriately for it.
Back in the 70s and the 80s, the board used to consist of 11 marketing guys and 1 finance person. As we've evolved, there now seems to be 11 finance guys or girl people and 1 marketing person. Has IT earned a spot at this table yet?
Oh, I wanted to earn the spot at the table. And I also want to say, it's not that you need an IT guy on your board or IT
I don't want to get in trouble.
What you need is somebody who understands the role of technology. You do not need a programmer or a system administrator to be on your board, right? Actually, you probably don't want that because they're so focused on the tool itself. What you need is somebody who has the understanding of the link between what technology can do and your business.
So this then could be the place where, as you get your books audited on a periodic basis, you could have your technology audited, and this report is then handed to the board so that they can make the best informed decision moving forward. Would you not agree with that? Okay.
I totally agree. I think leave the auditing, leave the provision of the services to the professionals. Have somebody on your board that understands the importance of technology to be able to make the right decisions.